Rugby League hits the round 4 stage in Super League this weekend. Warrington had a week off enforced by Hull KR's participation in the World Club Challenge, but now it is going to be complete rugby, back to back from October, we hope, without a break. Adam, welcome.
Thank you, Rob. Everyone, welcome back to another episode of 80 Minutes In. Yeah, non-stop, can't wait. That's what we've all been dreaming of. Non-stop rugby league until October. And did we benefit from the week off? I don't know. I feel like we shouldn't have had the week off, but you know, Hull KR's participation, like you just mentioned there, in the World Club Challenge, it can't be helped. We knew that consistency was going to drop off a little bit, but we managed to get the job done against Wakefield.
Yeah, on Sam Burgess' comments after the game in The Guardian were Warrington had to be very good to beat Wakefield, and they were very good. I mean, yes, they were clunking patches, but they showed, again, more signs of what they started building against Saints. And with the tracks getting drier, quicker, faster, we're only going to see better.
Yeah, I was saying to a few of my friends, if that was last year's Warrington, we would have got beat by them. I thought Marc Sneyddd had an amazing kicking game, kicking to Josh Smith, and then Josh Smith offloading it to Toby King in the corner. I think Josh Smith, I think he scored. I'm not too sure, I can't remember. But
yeah, he did score, Josh Smith, yeah.
Yeah, I think he just had a really good game, Marc Sneyddd. And ever since we've signed him, I even said to my dad, I said, Marc Sneyddd will win you games, and that was one of them games where he's shown his class.
Well, Sneyd's got that thing where he can turn a game on its head when it needs to be turned on its head. If you make the point, it can be a little kick to the corner, it can be a penalty goal, it can be a drop goal. He pretty much did all three on Saturday night. There was little kicks going in. They were challenging the Wakefield defence. Drop goal at the right time when they were 4-6 points behind. Just killed the game a little bit, and also kicking conversions when they needed to be kicked.
Yeah. Kicking
penalty goals. Tony Smith always said you should never leave without any points. You get a penalty, take it. That's why they took 2 points. And it's very, very smart.
Yeah.
Smart way of thinking, isn't it?
That makes sense. And obviously, Marc Sneyddd, just mentioned there, his kicking game. He kicked Hull KR to death that Challenge Cup final last year. Unfortunately, we didn't come away with a win, but he didn't get Lance Todd trophy for nothing.
No, absolutely not. I mean, whichever club Marc Sneydd's been at, he's always made a contribution, whether it's been Hull, whether it's been Salford, and now at Warrington. And I saw something in The Guardian that Burgess has challenged Marc Sneyddd to become that bit better and do something different all the time.
Yeah.
And apparently he's really standing up and really taking that challenge on.
Yeah, I just wish we got him a bit earlier in his career.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest though, at 36, he's got the experience. He's bringing a lot of what he's had at other clubs into the Warrington setup now.
Yeah, and he's also teaching the youth as well.
Yes, and the combination with George Williams seems to be working very well at the moment.
Yeah, it does. It does.
So, thoughts on the game on Saturday night? Let's go before the game. Did you think we were going to win?
I knew we were going to win, and obviously everyone thought it was going to be a tough game. We always struggle against Wakefield, but I'm glad we got the job done. Like with this new speed ruck system, I think they slowed us right down. Like we mentioned in other podcasts, if you go on your back, that's another second wasted. And I feel like they did that a lot, and they did the homework quite well. Obviously, we know their coach, Dal Powell, he knew what they were up against. And he kind of did his homework quite well. He shot us off quite a bit, but unfortunately, he didn't get the job done.
Yeah, I think they were determined as part of their setup to just try and slow Warrington down as much as possible. Game sort of flipped momentum a little bit. Went off Sipley, went off for a sin binning. It was right in front of me, that. To be honest, I didn't think there was much wrong with that.
No. Now, the people near me, they were like, oh, he's going to get banned and stuff, but I think it was just a full team warning. They said, like, next warning. Well, next penalty offence is going to be a sin bin. We've seen it before, and I think he was just holding down. It's just unfortunate, but
I think also, and I'm not blaming Wakefield for this, because all teams do it, they will push things as much as possible to try and win that extra penalty, to try and win that extra second. Yeah. And it's all about the psychology within the game, just to try and, I don't know, just try and knock
other teams.
Yeah, just try and knock the teams off. When Wakefield took that penalty, it was dead on half time anyway, so it's 14-2.
Yeah.
Momentum just seemed to flip in that 10 minutes. And it's always going to happen that, because you're the man down, because you're going to cover. You're not just covering one position then, you're covering two positions.
Yeah.
So when you've got 12 men in the back line and majority of fullbacks don't play in the defensive line. If you watch majority of fullbacks, Taylor Ray does it. I think every Super League fullback, they stand behind the defensive line so they can see what's coming. So effectively, Warrington were playing with 11 men in defence on Saturday night for 10 minutes. That's always going to happen, and that's why I know people were quick to blame Josh Fewlis, but look at it another way. You're a man down. You've got other thing. You've got cover. You've got to cover Toff Sipley's position
and your own.
Which means then you have to slide in. When you slide in like that, then that creates that gap on the overlap.
Yeah. And
that is where that gap came from last week. Am I right?
Yeah. I agree. I've had a few comments on Facebook. They've mentioned Matty Ashton. I don't know if he's in contention this week, but who do you drop? And quite a few people said Josh Fewlis, and I didn't see anything wrong. I think he's a really talented young lad, and unfortunately I think, I don't know why, but Josh Smith gets that drop. Like, obviously Ashton's experienced, and I don't know why people are saying Josh Fewlis, because he was one of the consistent players last year.
Yeah, this happens a lot, and I think fans always feel they need their opinion, and as a fan, you get your opinion. That's part of being a fan. He has one bad game.
All the blame goes on him. Yeah. Warrington
didn't lose. They won by 27-16, so they won by 13 clear points.
Yeah.
So they won by a 2-score margin. So there's not that much. Now, Burgess did say post-match they have got some stuff to look at. They'll look at it, they'll even it up, they'll sort it out this week. They won't make the same mistake twice. It's like the criticism of Kai Taylor-Ray when he was dropping the ball. He's gone back and worked on it. He didn't drop a single ball during that Wakefield game.
No.
You've got to give the players and you've got to give the coaching staff. I mean, we're all the biggest critics and we all want them to do well, but you've got to give the players and the coaching staff the chance to look at it. I mean, they will look at it from a different angle to we will.
Yeah, absolutely. So, York this week, how do you see that one going?
It's going to be a tough game. I watch York and Hull on Friday? Yeah, Friday. I don't know, all the days roll into one these days, don't they?
They do.
I watched the York game on Friday. York looked really good. They looked really determined. They also showed up really well determined against Hull KR.
Yeah.
Hull KR possibly had one eye on the World Club Challenge, took their eye off the ball a little bit. York kept coming back. Hull FC had a lot of injuries. York exploited that.
Yeah.
You can't give Hull an inch. Not Hull, York.
Yeah.
You can't give Hull York. You can't give York an inch. I will get my words right eventually. You can't give York an inch. You give them time in your own half, they're going to exploit it. They're going to be like, we'll walk over. But on the other hand, I do think we're going to be a little bit too strong for them.
Yeah, I agree. As we mentioned before in the Wakefield podcast, Mason Leno turns into Prime Nathan Cleary. Another one, Danny Richardson. We need to keep our eyes on him. He kicked Hull to death on Friday night. and he was crucial, and he's a good player. Don't get me wrong, he's a good player, and he does kick you to death, and that's what you need in a half-back. But yeah, I just feel like the way Marc Sneydd's going at the minute, I think he'll show his class better than Danny Richardson, and we'll get them 2 points.
And I'm not trying to be critical of Hull, because they did have a lot of injuries, and they got injuries on the night. A fully fit Warrington squad running at full speed is going to have a bit too much.
Yeah, no match for York.
For York.
No.
I mean, with all the will in the world, they've got Paul Vaughan, fine. Liam Harris can do different things. They've brought man of the match from York. He was man of the match. He used to be at Halifax, and he got man of the match on Friday. Anyway, they've got him. He scored 2 tries for them. It's going to be a lot drier this week. What Warrington needs to do, they need to complete in the 90-odd%, and they don't need to be giving death penalties away, because what they were being drawn into on Saturday, and I noticed this quite a few times, they were being drawn in to giving stupid penalties away.
Yeah. So
they were giving 6 agains, ruck infringements, they were giving offsides, they were giving stupid penalties away, and this is where Wakefield took advantage, and that's what Wakefield were trying to do. They were trying to slow that. And what teams do, not just Wakefield, Warrington do it, Saints do it, Wigan do it, a lot of the teams will try and exploit the rules for as much as possible, just to slow that game down a little bit to their own pace.
Yeah.
If one team wants to play at pace, Warrington wanted to play their game at pace. That is what they've set themselves up to do. Wakefield would bring it down to a slower level, and I would think York will try and employ similar sort of tactics. They'll try and get under people's skin. Possibly Paul Vaughan might try and get under a few people's skin as well.
Yeah.
What do you see the strengths and weaknesses with both teams then?
Yeah, so I think the wingers, obviously they've got that Ben Jones-Bishop. He's experienced. He can finish a try. In the house, obviously we mentioned there, that is it, Liam Harris. He's new to the scene in the Super League, so no one knows what he's about really.
They've got Paul McShane operating at hooker as well.
Yeah.
Similar sort of player to what I would say Danny Walker is.
Yeah. Ex-Man of Steel though. He's got the experience.
Yeah.
But we just need to be wary of him. And I just, like you mentioned there, Paul Vaughan. I think Paul Vaughan, good player for us in I'd say a few games. I don't think he was the best. That first season we got him outstanding. He deserved his Team of the Year selection. But then he just dropped off really, and I feel like if we keep them 3 quiet, Ben Jones-Bishop, Liam Harris, Ben Jones-Bishop, Paul Vaughan and Paul McShane, I think we'll win.
It goes back to, as well, who do you want on your wing on Friday night? What do you want? What sort of... Because I would suspect, and this is without seeing the 21-man squad, which will be announced tomorrow because it's 72 hours before kick-off, I would suspect it'll be the same 21-man squad named as last week.
Yeah.
So, which would make it Taylor Ray, Josh Fulis, Toby King, Hopoate, Josh Smith or Matty Ashton,
yeah,
Williams and Sneyd, Yates, Walker, Byrne, Harrison, Stone, and Curry at loose. That if you can keep that team week to week, you're building momentum, you're building consistency.
Yeah.
Players know what they're doing off each other. I think York might struggle when the likes of Tanganoa, Sipley, Philbin and Crowther come off the bench.
Yeah.
I don't think they've got that sort of level
of experience, of strength.
Of strength and depth.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But Warrington can't go there and take it lightly.
No.
They've got to be ready for whatever York are going to throw at them.
Yeah.
And as an added bonus, Warrington taking 1,200 people across
to
York
going
on Friday night. I think a lot of people are having a weekend in York as well, and it's a lovely compact little stadium as well. It holds about 9k, does it? Something like that.
I think so, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice little stadium. I've worked there when we did Summer Bash a couple of years ago. It's a really good little stadium. It's got a lot around it as well. I think it'll be a challenge.
Yeah.
But what Warrington have got to do, they've got to rise to that challenge. I mean, Leeds did put 46 points on York 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I don't think York have kind of got the consistency.
No.
I don't think they'll finish bottom. But I do think a couple of injuries or whatever might just cause their depth of squad to be tested. They'll come firing on Friday night. There's no question about that. But Warrington have got to fight fire with fire. Warrington have got forwards that are capable of doing damage. But you've got to respect the ball on Friday night. If it's a wet night, you don't want to be throwing the ball about all the time.
No.
Keep it simple. I mean, York will, like I say, look, they're similar to Wakefield. They'll look to exploit mistakes. They'll look to exploit penalties. And going into the forwards, Luke Yates, 2-year deal. Good.
Very good. I'm happy with that. I think a lot of fans are as well. And happy to get that over the line, as Luke has shown his class ever since we got him from Huddersfield. Everyone's saying a future captain in their eyes. He just shows that class, and that forward pack is just strong. It feels like he's leading the pack a lot there.
Yeah, he might not be the biggest guy in the pack, but I mean, you can actually build your team around Luke Yates. And I would say, when George Williams goes at the end of the year, make him captain.
Yeah.
Make him captain. Let him lead from the front. I mean, he's probably started doing that already, with doing some media interviews and bits and pieces, trying to get him used to talking and doing the bits and pieces. But he leads with his actions. He very rarely puts a foot wrong.
No.
I mean, and Liam Byrne as well. He's just becoming a revolution for Warrington, isn't he?
Yeah. So in that fans forum, Sam Burgess said, "You don't need to be massive to be the best," and sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. But no, Luke Yates, prime example. Liam Byrne, prime example. They're just showing the class throughout the team, and it's nice to see them playing well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to tell you this. I was telling Adam before we went to the reserves game on Saturday. We'll come on to reserves in a minute. But I had a brief chat with Gary Chambers, and the words out of Gary Chambers' mouth was, "I told you we'd get it right, and I told you everything would go the right way." And you can see that now, because the structures are in place with the academy, the reserves. I mean, they're winning games left, right and centre. The academy are winning games, the reserves are winning games. The academy won the grand final for the first time ever. I've seen on Twitter quite a lot that the recruitment has been, people are actually really happy with the recruitment, which is a first for Warrington fans, because I've seen comments in the book, what about this? Why aren't we getting someone like it? But obviously, you need to kind of put these things in place.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever listen to Gary Chambers, and I've listened to a couple of interviews he said, like, you don't just go out and just pick a player. They do the research and they do the prep on it, and that's what they're doing. I mean, I saw recently an interview with Gary on The Guardian. He said that they're already starting the process of looking for a halfback to replace George Williams. So the process doesn't start in September, it starts now.
Yeah, 100%. So going on to that reserves game, I think they won 42-6.
Yes.
Another win against Hull FC. It was a good performance. I think they played well. Ewan Irwin played well. Leon Hayes played well. And they're the two we were looking at, really. I think Jake Fulis played well. I don't think he got...
Max Wood and Luke Thomas were outstanding in the forwards. They set the platform. I mean, that that is good in a way because you've got a second sort of Warrington team now.
Yeah.
And that's something that Warrington have lacked. If you look at likes of Wigan, year on year, they've had players they can just drop in.
Yeah.
When Warrington have got injuries and stuff in the past, they haven't had players they can just drop into positions. They have now.
Yeah.
And I think that helps you to become more of a championship side. I'm not saying we're going to win it this year, but the building blocks are there. And Gary Chambers is right to be genuinely excited. And I think Warrington fans should be. I mean, there was 10,000 there on Saturday night, 1,200 going to York.
Yeah, they're doing everything right at the minute, and it's nice to see.
And I think Warrington Wolves are now they're being talked about in the right sort of thing. And I think what they've got to do eventually is drop this always our year thing. But that comes with winning it, obviously. Yeah.
That doesn't half annoy me, just letting you know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it does, and it becomes like a comedy you become like a comedy commodity with that sort of thing. But the structure's there, the way things are moving, going forward are there. Time will tell. I mean, it's a long season, and I get that. Sipley's quite open this year. I mean, who'd have thought Leeds would have beat Hull KR by that sort of margin? I
honestly thought Leeds would get the job done, but I don't think no one knew that score. Like, wow.
To be honest, though, was that Hull KR being really underprepared?
I don't know.
Or was that Leeds being absolutely uber prepared and kind of knew what they were doing and just clicked into gear?
Yeah, I think so. I think Hull KR had too much pressure on them as well. Obviously, they'd won the World Cup Challenge, they'd won everything. They'd gone to Vegas going like, wait, look who we are, we're the big dogs of Super League. And then, yeah, the bottle's just gone. But
you should never believe your own hype.
But yeah, no, I honestly don't know what happened, and I'm sure all the Hull KR fans are scratching their heads thinking what happened. And yeah, like it's like us in Vegas last year, but we managed to get 24 points against a good Wigan side. But yeah, they just didn't turn up, and Hull KR, like, they needed a bad game. They've not had really a bad game under Willie Peters, and it's just unfortunate that they went all the way to Vegas to experience it.
Does it become a leveller? Does it show what Hull KR need to do? Or does it say to the NRL that the Super League competition is not really that balanced? And I don't know how to look at it at all.
No.
I don't think you can read too much into them losing 58-6 because I think they will come good this week.
Yeah.
I don't know who they're playing this week.
No, neither do I.
I know who they're playing this week. They're playing Huddersfield this week.
There you go then.
So I would expect a response, but saying that, I would also expect Huddersfield to start responding at some point. But they're another team that would be sought with injuries, and I feel sorry really for Huddersfield as well because Ken Davey puts a lot of money into that club.
Yeah.
He just doesn't seem to be getting anything back out of it, does he?
No. It's a shame. Obviously, there's talks about obviously moving to the Shea. They don't want to do that anymore. They're just like you just mentioned there. Like he's putting loads of money into it, and like their recruitment just doesn't seem to be on it. And they seem to be getting like all these top end players, but like it just doesn't work out, and it's a shame, really.
It really is because I quite like Huddersfield as a team. I think there's a lot about them. I think they're very involved in the community. I would just like to see them do a bit more. It's like Castleford.
Yeah.
I'd love to see them doing a bit more because you need a competitive Super League right across the board. You don't just want 4 or 5 teams dominating all the time. I mean, it's great that Bradford they've turned up and really took Super League on. York have turned up and took Super League on. Toulouse have turned up and took Super League on.
But it's just the oldies. Huddersfield and Castleford, they're not just doing it.
Yeah, the historic clubs. And they're just not, getting, I don't know. There's something missing from both teams where they need to develop, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to understand them, really.
Yeah.
So, I have a challenge for you. I have a challenge for anyone who's listening to this who wants to take part, just for a bit of fun, this. So, momentum's going great at Warrington. If I were to take you into the Wolves shop and say, I'll pay for your shirt printing, just as a side note, I'm not, because I've not got endless amounts of money. I'll just make that point
thanks,
now.
Rob. Thanks, Rob.
I'll just go and buy everyone's shirt printing. No, well, unless I win at bingo tonight. Probably still not. So just as the momentum is gaining with Warrington, I want to know who you'd have on his shirt. So Adam, who would you have on his shirt?
Well, question. Liam Byrne. It's just, yeah, he's just class, isn't he? Showing his class. Obviously, we keep mentioning that he's from a Champions team, and he's bringing that into the team, and he's just doing the meters, he's doing the things right, and yeah, he's just class. I do like him.
Yeah, you can see the little things he does as well, not only on the ball but off the ball.
Yeah. And he's in every tackle. I don't know if you've noticed, but you watch on Friday night, he's literally everywhere.
His tackle count's brilliant. Do you know what? I'd go Toff Sipley.
Okay.
Toff Sipley or Sam Stone for me. Could have one of each.
Yeah, why not?
So, my Toff Sipley, I think he's going to be a brilliant forward. I know he had a bit of a mind-bending thing on Saturday when he got simmed in, but players do, they have their moments. But I think he's...
I don't know, sorry to interrupt, I don't know if you've seen him when he was walking off. He was absolutely gutted.
Oh, yeah, and you can understand why he was gutted.
Yeah.
Because he's probably tried that little bit too hard there to complete the tackle and just messed it up in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
And players in the heat of the moment, they do. He'll sit down on review on Monday morning, he'll learn from that, and he'll be like, let's go again.
Yeah.
And he'll want to correct that on
Friday night.
On Friday night against York. Sam Stone, I like him. He does his job, and he does his job very well. I was sat next to someone from the RFL on Saturday night, and he was saying he really likes Sam Stone, and I have to agree. He does the little things right.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to make a name for himself, Sam Stone, either. He kind of just does his job, makes his tackles, gets involved when he needs to, doesn't do anything stupid, and I like the consistency in that.
Yeah, I like that as well. I've got a question for you.
Go for it.
If you were to have any current NRL player in the Warrington team, who would it be?
Nathan Cleary. I know he's no Marc Sneyddd, but you know, you could pick any number of players.
Yeah.
Within the NRL. I mean, another player I'd love to see, Adam Reynolds at Souths. I'd love to see him at Warrington. But I mean, automatically you'd go for Nathan Cleary, wouldn't you? You'd want that organisation. You'd want how he can link up, how he can throw plays, how he can move the ball about.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Who do you go for?
Oh, that's probably a hard one. Either Josh Addo-Carr, he's just got the pace, but his discipline is a bit crap. He does need to tidy that up a bit. Or Patrick Carrigan from Brisbane. He's just a hard hitting runner, and just doesn't. He's not scared, and I feel like a few people have said this. When they put a Warrington shirt on, whoever we sign, they get scared and they don't run as hard and stuff. And I think obviously we've seen it in the World Cup Challenge, like Patrick Carrigan, he just runs straight.
And anyone who wants to participate in this, throw your comments in. I want to know So, just to prove you're all listening, I want to know who are you having on your Warrington shirt? Who am I buying your shirt printing? And which NRL player would you love to see in a Warrington shirt? So they're your 2 questions for this week.
Yeah, so it'll just have to be Pat Carrigan for me.
And I've got another one for you.
Go on.
Legends. Who would you love to see? Or which legend did you like seeing in a Warrington shirt?
Oh, we've had a few, haven't we?
We've had loads.
Probably say Adrian Morley. He was probably I was supposed to be mascot god 2008, so you're talking like 22 years ago nearly. And unfortunately I was unwell and my brother met him and I was very, very, very jealous. I'm a photographer at Salford and he was there in the hall, in the reception, waiting to go up to hospitality, and he was amazing, and he was speaking to me, and it still shows his class. He does a lot for rugby league, he cares about the sport, cares about people, and it's nice to see that he's continuing that legacy.
Yeah, he's genuinely a nice bloke as well.
Yeah.
Joe, right, I'm going to give you 2. I'm going to give you one from World of Spill while it's the 150th year, and I'm going to give you another one. So the one from World of Spill, Alan Langer, he was brilliant control of the game, and I think they called him Little General. He was one of those players that everyone wanted to watch, and the way he moved that ball about. And more recently, Andrew Johns. I will never ever forget that night at the HJ when Johns made his debut.
I didn't go to that game, but I've seen videos, and I've got to agree.
I mean, you could have sold the Halliwell Jones Stadium out 4 times over.
Yeah.
The hype and the attention that Johns brought, single-handedly that night, he won Warrington that game against Leeds.
Yeah, he kicked Leeds to death, sorry.
Yeah.
He was class.
Yeah. Just going back to last Saturday's game, what was going on with Liam Rush? He gave a penalty away when he should have given a knockout. What was going on with that?
We don't really like talking about referees, but
I just thought it was absolutely bizarre.
I think I hate to say it, but I think he's one of the worst in the business. Him and James Vella, I hate to say it, but I don't know what Liam Rush was thinking the other night. He got as Rob's just mentioned, Wakefield got a penalty.
No, they had a knock on.
They had a knock on, sorry.
They challenged it.
Yeah, and he gave Wakefield a penalty. They kicked a touch, and then he actually went, "Oh no, sorry, I've made the wrong call," and then put him into a scrum.
It's only because the touch judge actually intervened at the time and said actually that's the wrong decision. I just don't know what the thinking was.
No, I don't know. I really don't know.
I mean, you cannot. Right, I'm just going to put this point as well. You can't have a game without referees.
No.
I get that, but all fans want to see is a little bit of consistency. There was a little bit of mismatch, whether it was miscommunication or what.
Sorry to interrupt, loads of fans were getting annoyed with them going off as well.
Oh yeah, they're having communication issues on Saturday night, and it dragged the game out for longer than it needed to be.
Yeah.
And I think Sam Burgess was a huge critic of this last year. When they were going to the video ref quite a lot, the game was dragging out longer and longer.
Yeah. Like Saturday night in Vegas, it's like we've gone back to normal rules. I don't know if you've seen it, Rob, but like Jack Smith was going up to the screen for no tries, but like you're supposed to give the try and then they're supposed to watch it in the background.
Yeah.
It's like we're speeding the game up or we're slowing it down. Like the consistency's going already and it's messing up the game.
Well, I was told that they only go to the screen now if they've got a doubt. If they've not got a doubt, the try will be confirmed straight away and they will check it.
Yeah.
It must take 30 seconds to a minute afterwards. There must be, I don't know. I don't think there's a sort of way you can speed it up, to be honest, is there? It's not it's a hard job at the best of times refereeing, but let's see some consistency though, because one game it's one way. And I think all the referees, I've said this before, all referees pick up on certain things and they referee things certain ways.
Yeah.
I don't know whether that's the personality of the referee or what, but all referees referee things certain ways, don't they?
I'll give a good positive about Liam Rush on Saturday. Is he actually gave the Toff Sipley try a try on field? Because as we know from the other year, Joe Burgess going over and Liam Moore saying it was a try when it clearly wasn't. But he actually gave that one well, and I thought he actually did quite well with that respect.
Do you know, right, one thing that is a bit of a bugbear, and a lot of the referees do it, and they're not doing it deliberately, is the offside thing.
Yeah.
It just never seems to be 10 metres. There needs to be a real push from the referees to make sure players are onside, because what is happening before the ball's even played, and they should be waiting theoretically for the foot to get on that ball. They're moving up before, and it's limiting the amount of space, and again, it's slowing the game down.
Yeah, it is.
So my one last question: score prediction time.
Score prediction. I think it's going to be a close one again. I think it's going to be. I'm going to go 28-14 to Warrington.
28-14. Okay.
Yeah.
I think Warrington will win. I think Hopoate will score. Sneyddd will score a drop goal. 33-16.
Close. But yeah, if you've got any comments or anything, guys, or any questions, please, as we say every week, comment them down below, and we'll be sure to pick them up in the next episode. In the next episode, we are previewing Goole in the Challenge Cup.
Yeah. And looking back to the York away. And if any of the if anybody's going to York on Friday night, drop your comments in the Facebook and let us know after the game how it was, what the experience was like, what the food was like.
Yeah, just the whole experience, food, atmosphere, review of the game.
Prices. Just what you thought of York's ground. Is the potential there? That sort of thing. Just let us know in the comments below.
Yeah. So thank you very much for listening, guys. We'll see you guys in the next episode on next Wednesday against Goole.
Yes.
See you later, guys.
Thank you very much.